Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. I hope you're doing very well. So today I'm here to do essentially my favorite makeup of 2020. So I'll be doing a full face. I know we're not at the end of 2020, but I have told myself I'm not allowed to buy any new makeup. And to be honest, I don't really think I'll find anything within the next few weeks. That'll probably be something that I've enjoyed all year round, because a lot of these products are ones that I am going to continue to use again and again because they're so good. Yeah, nothing is, I mean, there might be one or two products that came out last year. I just can't remember when these have come out, but these I've definitely purchased this year, so that should be that should be fine. So let's just get into it. And again, these are going to be products that you've seen probably a lot on my channel, so I'm really sorry that I'm repeating myself, but obviously the whole point of this video is to show you what I've been enjoying. So the first thing that I've kind of discovered to put in my kind of skincare step is a face milk from Colourpop. And I have, used moisturizers and stuff like that. I use a lot of aloe vera for my skin because I have very troubled skin. It's kind of cleared up at the moment because I'm on antibiotics, but we'll see how that goes next week when I've finished them. But when it comes to these milks, these are so softening, so moisturizing for your skin. If you have very dry skin, these are going to be fantastic for you. And this is the strawberry and papaya. In my video that I posted, the last video I posted, I bought another set from Colourpop because they had released a lot of new products for just their Christmas sale, I guess. And I purchased a set of minis, which is different from this one, but I know that there's like a papaya one which I'm really excited to use. So I've really enjoyed the way that these feel on my skin because they just extremely soft, basically, very hydrating. They smell amazing. One thing that is a bit of a pain is the applicator, because when I'm trying to get product out of the bottle, it's just very difficult to do it. That's one of my only problems, and I don't know if it's kind of the sponge, not the sponge, but the applicator is kind of, it's not stuck, because it's bringing out some things, but I think because it's quite a thick serum, it might be a little bit for it to pump. But yes, I absolutely love those face milks. I'm really glad I kind of bought one to kind of get my skin routine going. So let's go on to a primer, and again, no surprise, but it's the Elf Poreless Primer. Yeah, I purchased this a few months ago, just because I really wanted to start trying more elf makeup, and because they're quite prominent in Boots in Boots and Superdrug. And this putty primer I wanted to try for ages. As soon as I kind of saw it, I like to use a brush because it's nicer than using your hands. This year I think is the year of not touching your face, basically, especially when it comes to makeup. But I've really enjoyed the way that this feels on my skin. It's extremely moisturizing and softening, and it does help close the pores up a bit because I have extremely big pores. And the thing is, with this primer, it is going to last a very long time. I've been using it a lot and it's barely gone down. I'm trying not to overload it because I don't want my skin to be completely smothered in a moisturizer, really. But this primer, honestly, it's super nice, and I think it only costs maybe £6-7, and it will be lasting you a while, so I definitely recommend this for sure. And then when it comes to a foundation, this is a foundation that you can't get in the UK, but you can get it shipped over. So it's the Colourpop Pretty Fresh foundation. I'm always a bit skeptical about buying, skincare or kind of, foundations or concealers from overseas because you can't match to your actual skin. But Colourpop actually have a really good website. So when you go onto their site, you can essentially narrow down your shades, and you can narrow down what your kind of skin tone might be. Of course, it's very difficult online, and I know Colourpop are in Ulta in America, I think, but I don't know if they sell any of their skincare stuff. But this foundation, what I love about it, it's a little bit watery, but when you apply it onto the skin, mama, it's nice, it's very nice. So I've got my sponge, which is actually another product I absolutely love this year, which is the Beauty Bay kind of beauty sponges. Really, I know that's quite weird, but like I've kind of said so much, but your makeup is only as good as your tools, and I've been obsessed with using sponges now because I feel they are a lot more easier to apply the makeup. Like I've always been the person where I'm like, no, I only use a brush, but cleaning brushes are a bit more kind of painstaking than it is to kind of get a beauty sponge, put it in the washing machine, because I have well, recently purchased, one of my friends recommended that I buy kind of like a laundry bag, and I put it inside one of those, and then when you put it in the washing, it just helps, and it really does help. I've got my foundation everywhere. My skills this year have not actually improved, but actually I'm getting there. But yes, using this foundation on a sponge really helps because yeah, it absorbs like the actual product, but you get a really nice application onto the face. I think I might have put too much on, but yeah, and I'm looking like a ghost, but that's nothing new, to be honest. Again, I got, what shade did I get? I got the shade Fair 20N, so that's 20 neutral. I know nothing about undertones, I know nothing about, just yeah, as long as they have a good shade selection for everybody, I don't see the problem in sometimes being a bit lighter than you normally can be, because you can just fix it with a concealer, or if you bronze, or you can add liquid drops and stuff just to kind of make things lighter or darker, just depending. But I'd always prefer to be a bit lighter than a bit darker in my foundation, because it's easier to sort out. For me personally, got lots of foundation on my eyebrows, but that's nothing new anyway. So yeah, the Pretty Fresh foundation, I recommend it to anyone, even if you live in the UK and you're making an order to Colourpop. Their shipping is free over $60, but it's so good. I think it's around $14-15, but to be honest, you get a lot. I probably won't be able to see how much I have left when it finishes, because the bottle is clear essentially, but it's not, it won't tell me like how much is left. But yeah, this is a fantastic foundation, so I highly recommend it. And then next, go on to concealer. This is, again, no surprise, but it's the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade C4. I have kind of held back a lot on using concealers these days. I do use it obviously for my under eyes and on a couple of blemishes, but my skin recently has been looking really good. For once. So I've been kind of holding off on the concealer, but whenever I use it, this concealer is just fantastic. It conceals whatever you need. I never use too much now, because putting on too much concealer will make you look a little bit oily. But if you just put a small amount under your eyelids and whatever you need it will just blend in, and it will look super cute. Like, cute, yeah, you look cute. Even now, I haven't even put that much on, and I can see a big change to my under eyes, because I get quite either like yellowy under eyes, or I get quite dark when I have lack of sleep, which is a lot. But yeah, the concealer, as you see, I only put on a tiny amount, and I just, yeah, I like it. So that's kind of most of my base done. And now with a setting powder, this is, again, I can't remember if this is a product from last year, but I know I've kind of repurchased it this year, and it's the Revolution setting powder. This is the matte base powder in P3. Again, I love I love this one. This is the second one that I've purchased in the space of maybe a year, or maybe a year and a half. I've kind of held back on using it on my camera, because, well, on my videos, just because I want to give other like setting powders a try, but I really haven't found anything that's really as great for me. This is super nice. I do rave on about it a lot. And I can see I'm already close to getting pan, because in the middle bit I can see the lines, like the metal lines for the for the pan. But I just really like the way that this kind of settles into my skin. And yeah, like I said, I kind of have a mixture of, I have a combination skin type. So sometimes I could be really oily, sometimes I can be super dry. And the matte powder will just really help just set everything in. So again, I mean, I'm not going anywhere. So whenever I wear makeup for like the camera, I just leave it on for a little bit, then I take it off. If I'm going out and wearing it, I will use a lot of powder and then use my setting spray to keep everything in. But yeah, that is the setting powder. I think that's about not even £3.50 or £4, but it goes a long way, trust me. Now we're gonna go on to blush. Actually, blush and highlighter from the same place, and my last few products are quite similar to this brand, so no surprise, the Beauty Bay blush and highlighters are definitely like my favorite products of this year. They've recently been coming out with a lot of new products to kind of build on their kind of website, and I love Beauty Bay. They're such a great website. So if you don't know who Beauty Bay are, they're essentially like an online retailer for other other makeup brands, and they've just been coming out with their own products recently. So this blush only came out literally a few months ago, and I've got the shade Blossom, and I've been using it non-stop really in my videos. So this has got a bit of shimmer inside, and like I said, I'm not too bothered about the shimmers. I just want to have nice rosy cheeks. Like, yeah, for someone who has rosacea, wants to get rid of the red, but I just love the way that this makes me kind of glow, and I try not to overload my face, even though sometimes I completely do. But what I like about this blush, again, it comes in numerous amount of shades. It's just really, yeah, you can kind of see that. Yeah, it's just really nice and just makes me glow a bit, which I absolutely love. And then the highlighter, this is freaking gorgeous. This is in the shade Beam, and I have used this a lot on my channel, and I have to be very careful because it seems like it might crack a little bit, but I've been using it a lot. I'm freaking obsessed with it. Again, my camera, like, I'm using natural lighting today because it's quite light outside for now, and you probably can't see, but honestly, I love this highlighter. It's amazing. Even when I'm looking like in my mirror, I can see how gorgeous it looks. Like, you can see here, and I'm just packing it on because highlighter is one of my favorite products to ever use. And again, these come out in a numerous amount of kind of shades. So again, if you have deep skin tone, light skin tone, these are for you. It's great. Now I'm going to go on to the eyes. So I'm going to start using, well, I've been using a lot of eye primers recently, and the one that I am mostly obsessed with is the e.l.f. Putty Primer. So e.l.f. has been doing quite well in my books this year because like I said before, actually, like, well, spoilers before I use my eyeshadow, I would have put the e.l.f. eyeshadows, but the thing is, I mean, they're £3 and I've used them so many times on my channel, but I just wanted to try something different today. But like, I mean, a shout out to those eyeshadows. They're amazing. One or two of them are a bit of a hit and miss for me, but the green one, the Hot Jalapeno, I absolutely adore that eyeshadow palette. Like, if you are looking for a nice green palette to kind of travel with, like, that is going to be amazing. It's £3 or like if you're watching in America, whatever, $3. This putty primer is only maybe £4 or £5, and thankfully it hasn't dried down just yet, but we might be getting there. But again, you only need a small amount to make a big difference to your eyeshadow. So I always take it on the back of a brush. You can use your finger, but I'd rather, again, use a brush because that'll just be a bit more beneficial for me. So I'm just getting this, just make sure I get it everywhere. And you can get the primer in a different tones as well, so you don't just have to have a clear one. You can have one that is darker white. I think there's a white one as well, which is pretty cool. So I'm just moving my brushes out of the way so I can show you my palette. So the palette that I have enjoyed the most this year, this year was very difficult to choose because I have been buying a lot of palettes this year, and using a lot of palettes, especially like on my channel as well. But one that I constantly go back to, one that I just love using, and I know I'll get so many uses out of it, is again a Beauty Bay product, and it's the EYN Fiery palette. I first purchased the mini one. So all these palettes, these big ones, this is a £42 palette. You can get them in a selection of, I think it's like 9, and then maybe like a 15 or something. They basically go up in the amount of palettes and shades, but this is the £42 one, and I got this on a sale. So I think I got this on sale for like £12, and honestly these are so good. I'm gonna take out the plastic. I keep the plastic for some reason, I don't know why, but when you look at this palette, it is like a red neutral dream. I I haven't even used every shade. Like, I've used this palette a lot, even off camera as well. I've used it a lot, but there's still shades that I haven't even touched. But the fact that it's so gorgeous, so cheap, that's the most shocking thing about how cheap these palettes are. And they have come out with so many different versions. There is also the like really colourful one, and then they have other palettes that Beauty Bay have come out as well, like the Book of Magic and the Sunset Horizon ones that I purchased recently. They're fantastic. They are so good. And even the Nikkie Tutorials palette, I would like to have chosen that for my favourite of the year, but I think this one is a bit more up my street. So yeah, I'm just going to do surprise like a red neutral look today. So I'm going to start off with like a nude shade. So I'm going to go in with Hot Sauce, which is one of my favourites. I'm pretty sure I have used this one a lot. I was also contemplating which is quite similar to this palette as well, which is the Morphe, like, what's it called? It's the Morphe red palette that I have been obsessed over this year as well. I was so close to choosing that one over this one, but then I was just like, no, I really want to use this one today, just because it's freaking amazing. And of course, when I use the primer, it does help with the shades, but sometimes if you don't even use a primer, it doesn't matter. Honestly, these shades are amazing, so good. And I think even without a discount, it comes to maybe 14, 15 pounds. And that's a better discount than like the small elf one, obviously, because those are £3. But then when you're looking at a 42 pan, like, you will not get bored of how many looks you can do, how many shades you can choose and everything. So I definitely recommend these palettes. Even the small ones, when they're on sale, they will go to, I'm pretty sure the small ones, they would even go to £3.50, because Beauty Bay are constantly doing the most amazing discounts. I'm trying not to ruin this eye. This side I always mess up, because obviously when I'm using it, I'm like, what side is better? But honestly, if you do shop from Beauty Bay a lot, pick up some of their products because they're amazing. I'm obviously not like sponsored to like talk about it, because that'd just be freaking stupid. But honestly, I'm just saying it out of like the amazingness of these palettes. I'm going to go in next with, let's go in with a darker red, I guess. So I'm going to go with Siesta, just here, which I believe is probably another shade that I've been obsessing over. So I am just taking another brush and I'm going to put it in my inner corner. This is more of a kind of orange nude. Okay. Just making sure that I'm not, it's so difficult trying to film in certain locations, because I'm trying not to show you my mirror like I've been doing a lot recently, and obviously getting too close that you can't even see what I'm doing. So there we go. Yeah, this Siesta is a bit more orangey that I could have asked, but the quality is fantastic. And I honestly had so many palettes this year that I was just obsessing over. Even the the Dope palette, the Makeup Obsession Dope palette, I was really close to using that as my favorite of the year, but it's been quite a few months since I've used it again, but I think I'll bring it back next year. Let's go in with let's go in with, very difficult to choose sometimes. Do I want to add another nude? Let's go in with Burnt Siesta here. Okay, taking the same brush as well because I just want to blend it in just here. So I'm mixing kind of those two together. And where's it gone? Yeah, that's the thing with this palette, there's so many shades, I'm getting lost at which one I'm using. Yeah, I think this year was a selection of some very good palettes. There were some that, I mean, I would like to have tried, but either too expensive or I'm just not really into them anymore. But yeah, let's get a shimmer on because we gotta glow, we gotta glow. Right, let's go in with Lust. That one is like calling my name. Even though all the shimmers are gorgeous, it's very difficult. Let's try without, oh god, a little bit of fallout in these as well, so be careful, but you can always tap off the excess. And let's just get this on. Gorgeous, can you see it? Yes, I'm a bit too close, sorry. I'm either too far away or too close. So far we're doing really well without any loud noises in this video, and there we go. Just loud in my area. Yeah, very difficult to see on here how nice these shades are, but yeah, that's freaking gorgeous. Again, with £42 you cannot go wrong with a nice, like, just red look. And of course red is like my jam. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in with Siesta again and put it on my lower lash line because I want to always just like make my eyes just pop a little bit. And yeah, I have to take too much. Amazing. Yeah, I mean, what else can I say about this palette? It's gorgeous. Even if it wasn't just the fiery one, if it was any of the other ones as well, highly recommend. Honestly, they're so good. I'm going with an eyeliner next. I always forget about wearing eyeliners, but sometimes I feel like they do help a look a bit more lifted up. So I'm going to go in with the Collection Extreme 24-hour tip liner. I've always raved about these collection liners because they're so good, and this year I tried another one, which is like this felt tip one. It's fantastic. So let's go up and do this. You see my face, I'm trying to concentrate so much. And again, this eyeliner is only £2.50, I believe. Like one of the cheapest eyeliners that you can get in Superdrug, and it's yeah, it's freaking gorgeous. I haven't done the most amazing job because I'm pretty bad when it comes to eyeliners, but you can't go wrong with Collection eyeliners. They're fantastic. So we've got 2 products left, and I'm going on a bit, I'm sorry. This mascara, I believe, did come out this year, but I've only been trying it for a few weeks and I love it, and it's the KVD Vegan Go Big or Go Home, even though it does say Kat Von D on it. So I'm assuming this was maybe, I'm pretty sure this mascara came out this year. I could be wrong, but I am sure this came out this year. thing is, I watch so many like makeup channels that talk about these like upcoming you know, video, like just new makeup collections and stuff, but I end up forgetting what came out when, because this year has been a blur, honestly. We've all been at home, we've all been just, yeah, doing our own shit at home. And obviously when it comes to, like, obviously makeup is not as important as a pandemic, but if it's an escape, then it's very important. Like, starting my channel this year has been one of the most fun things I've ever done, because it's kept me occupied. Like, there was a time when I was going from one job to the next one, and I had 2 weeks off, and I was like, what the hell would I be doing if I hadn't been filming? Like, I would just been watching the TV and going mad. I'm just patting myself down because I feel really warm right now because it's winter, but I'm still sweating in my room. So, but again, this powder, amazing. So let's go in with the lips, and this is more of a formula that I've been loving, and I believe, well, I've been loving this lipstick for a while, but I was obsessed with them this year. But the shade I'm going in is with the Fenty Beauty in the shade Underrated, and this is part of her Christmas collection that is out now, but I just really love this shade, and again, her formula is pretty much one of my favorite formulas in the whole world. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do it off camera because I'm going way over time anyway, so it'll just save me from not talking and putting on lipstick. Okay, so I just put them on, and these make my lips look bigger than they actually are, and I did overline them just a little bit, but I think it helps. I think it makes my lips look so much nicer. But yes, this is my full face of makeup featuring my favorite products of 2020, and I am very happy with a lot of these products I've purchased. I know I've been buying a lot this year, but I'm not buying any more for the rest of the year unless it's something super special, but I doubt anything is coming out anytime soon. And maybe even on the Boxing Day sale, we'll see how it goes. But anyway, yes, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I film and upload every time I get a chance to, and I have a lot more videos coming up for the rest of the year because I've got lots of ideas. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you have made it to the end, I really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye guys.